In the WKYX WNGO newsroom, I'm Bill Hughes. The old Ledbetter Bridge is in bad enough shape to cause river traffic to be halted, but officials on the scene have ideas on why it shifted on the McCracken County Bank. Tim Brockwell is there.
Hi, Bill. I spoke to bridge engineer Harold Gibson at the scene. He told me the bank has shifted about 4 feet on the McCracken side of the bridge. He also said one of the piers has been deflected about 6 to 8 feet from where it should be. Just looking at the bridge, you can see the buckled guardrails and the cracked concrete, and engineers say the bridge is, in fact, in danger of collapse on the McCracken County side, at least. No river traffic is being allowed under the bridge, and area residents, we've also learned, along the bank have been advised by the Sheriff's Department to report any shift in the bank that they might see. Of course, road traffic no longer uses the bridge, so that isn't a concern, but there's no word yet on just how long river traffic will have to detour. Reporting live from the old Ledbetter Bridge, I'm Tim Brockwell.
Thanks, Tim. We'll have more on that through the afternoon.
The first section of the old Ledbetter Bridge was brought down Tuesday morning. Tim Brockwell reports.
After a loud boom and a cloud of smoke, what once was the western approach span of the old Ledbetter Bridge now sits at the bottom of the Tennessee River. A crowd of hundreds gathered on the new Tennessee River Bridge about 2,000 feet upriver from the doomed structure to watch the blast. In an instant, what had stood for more than 8 decades came down with a giant splash, and onlookers were treated to an event rarely seen in our area. Kentucky Transportation Cabinet spokesman Keith Todd offered some consolation to those who were unable to come out and watch the demolition, saying there will be more opportunities for the public to witness the rest of the bridge being brought down.
There's still going to be some opportunities for folks to come up and see the old bridge taken down.
Todd said about 4 more detonations in all will be required to bring down what remains of the aging structure. I'm Tim Brockwell.
Barbecue cookers at Paducah's annual Barbecue on the River may be organizing an association and asking for representation on the event's board of directors. Tim Brockwell reports.
Dale Perry of the Good Old Boys barbecue team said many cookers feel there should be more transparency and accountability of public funds and more input from participants regarding the event, so the board should include cookers.
We don't want to run the thing, but we have no idea what's going on, and for years we've been told it was a 501c3. And apparently it never has been. So what's going on?
Perry said he's organizing a meeting Monday, April 21st, at the Paducah Farmers Market at 6 p.m., and that he asked Barbecue on the River Board President Susie Coyner for a list of all cookers' contact information or to send out a meeting notice on his behalf, but she declined to provide one. I'm Tim Brockwell.
Leadership at the Paducah Symphony Orchestra gave their view of the relationship with Barbecue on the River Wednesday prior to a meeting next week where city leaders will discuss the matter. Tim Brockwell reports.
Executive Director Daniel Seen, President Roger Truitt, and past President John Williams Jr. say they're confused why they got a termination letter since they've run the beer garden at the annual charity fundraiser event the same way for years. On Monday, festival chair Susie Coyner told the Greg Dunker Show the symphony had violated their contract. Williams says he doesn't think it's right for their contract to be terminated so abruptly, seemingly without a valid reason.
That check that we paid them for this year was November 5th. The letter we got that said we don't need your services, which was our first communication about it, was in January. Looks like a partner of more than 15 years you would have picked up the phone.
Williams said that over the years, Barbecue on the River has been a major fundraising event for the PSO. I'm Tim Brockwell.
After winning a court battle with federal officials over the seizure of hemp seeds en route to the University of Kentucky, Kentucky Agriculture Commissioner James Comer spoke Friday morning about the case, the future of the crop, and how he hopes it will soon benefit Kentucky farmers and generate jobs in the state. Tim Brockwell reports.
Comer expressed disapproval over the way the DEA handled the case, noting the scourge of hard drugs and the toll they've taken on communities throughout the Commonwealth.
Here we have a terrible drug problem in Kentucky. We have a heroin epidemic in northern Kentucky. We have meth problems in southern Kentucky. We have a huge prescription pain pill problem in eastern Kentucky. And the DEA screwing around with hemp seeds going to the University of Kentucky.
Comer said the first hemp seeds in the state were actually planted about 3 weeks ago at Murray State University. But university officials kept quiet about it because they were afraid the DEA would confiscate the seedlings. I'm Tim Brockwell.
Longtime Paducah pastor, city commissioner, and civil rights leader W.G. Harvey has died. Tim Brockwell reports.
Harvey was a founding pastor of Greater Love Missionary Baptist Church and Washington Street Baptist Church in Paducah. He was also an active lifetime member of the NAACP and was Paducah's first black city commissioner. Community leader and former president of the Paducah chapter of the NAACP, J.W. Cleary, worked with Harvey over the years and said he will be missed.
Reverend Harvey has always tried to do whatever he can in this community to help make it a better community. He always took the attitude that working together we can make a lot of difference. Anytime we approach City Hall or the county commissioners, we would always want to make sure that we had Reverend Harvey with us to help get over whatever we were trying to achieve.
Harvey was 88. I'm Tim Brockwell.
A portion of U.S. Highway 45 in McCracken County was renamed the Buddy Smith Highway during a ceremony this afternoon at Lone Oak First Baptist Church. Tim Brockwell reports.
The Kentucky State Senate passed a resolution to honor the longtime McCracken County engineer who died last year for his years of service to the area. During his tenure, Smith was instrumental in many McCracken County highway projects. He served as McCracken County engineer from 1967 to 1990. State Representative Gerald Watkins was among those in attendance and said Smith will long be remembered for his years of dedicated service.
He's looking down on us right now, and we'll always remember him, but this area will always remember him because we're going to have a sign out here, a well-deserved memoriam to the one and only Buddy Smith.
Buddy Smith Highway extends from Lone Oak First Baptist Church to the McCracken County line. I'm Tim Brockwell.
Paducah Power System Board Chairman Ray McClellan stepped down today. Tim Brockwell reports.
The resignation came at the request of the Paducah City Commission, telling McClellan in a letter, quote, "We believe that a change in leadership is in the best interest of the ratepayers of Paducah," unquote. McClellan honored the commission's request at today's PPS board meeting, stepping down as board chair, but stopped short of resigning entirely, at least at first.
I hereby resign my position as chair of the Electric Plant Board of the City of Paducah. I do not intend to resign as a board member.
But McClellan did resign from the board entirely later in the meeting, saying he had, quote, heard enough. He gave his verbal resignation, got up, and walked out of the building. The board met to discuss their high rates at the request of Paducah Mayor Gail Kaler, the Paducah Area Chamber of Commerce, and others. They took comments from the public later in the meeting, with several ratepayers complaining about unusually high electric bills. I'm Tim Brockwell.
A long-lost family treasure has been discovered, and the woman who found it is searching for the rightful owner. Tim Brockwell reports.
Oliver Springs, Tennessee resident Sherry Broadus was cleaning out her late grandmother's attic at 104 Sequoia Lane in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, when she stumbled upon 2 baby keepsake books and several photos of a little girl and woman. The name listed for the little girl is Jennifer Lynn Holman, and the mother and father are Lester and Wayne Holman. Fuller Morgan Hospital in Mayfield is listed as the place of birth. The book appears to be in very good condition. Broadus said it had been sitting there in the attic in a box since at least the early 1970s.
The former owners had left it in the attic, and my grandparents, I guess, had never seen the box or paid any attention to it. And when my grandmother passed away back in March, we started cleaning out the house, and we found this box.
Broadus said she decided to share her story when her own efforts to spread word of the find proved unsuccessful. She's asking anyone with information about the book to call her at 865-435-3461. I'm Tim Brockwell.
You can find photos of the book's pages at westkentuckystar.com. A long-lost family heirloom is now safely in the hands of its rightful owner. Tim Brockwell reports.
Oliver Springs, Tennessee resident Sherry Broadus was cleaning out her late grandmother's attic in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, when she stumbled upon 2 baby keepsake books and several photos. Using social media, West Kentucky Star, and WKYX to get the word out about her discovery, Broadus was recently able to locate Jennifer Holloman Davis, now living in South Carolina, and reunite her with the treasure. Davis says she was thrilled to receive the book, which she had no idea existed before Broadus contacted her.
Oh, it's just very exciting and sentimental, and it was really neat to see my sister's handwriting and my mother's. So I called my sister as soon as I got it, and we talked about it, and she went through the story about the day that I was born, so it brought back memories to her and to me.
Davis said she's forever grateful to have such a priceless heirloom to remind her of her childhood. I'm Tim Brockwell.
The Tennessee Valley Authority Board of Directors voted today to add additional air pollution controls on Units 1 and 4 at TVA's Shawnee Fossil Plant in McCracken County. Tim Brockwell reports.
The vote came during a specially called public meeting held via webcast. Under a 2011 Clean Air Agreement, TVA was required to make a decision by Wednesday to either retire or install additional air pollution controls on the units. TVA spokesperson Scott Brooks said not only will the retrofit drastically reduce emissions, but the project will also be a job creator.
This is a win for the environment because we're going to be reducing those pollutants by more than 90%. We're going to be adding a couple hundred extra construction jobs over the phase of the 3-year project. And then also we're going to keep this important asset operating for the foreseeable future.
The estimated cost of the project is $185 million. It's set for completion by the end of 2017. I'm Tim Brockwell.